Hey guys, welcome to the Wood Metal Workshop. I'm Kent. So, back on some trailer upgrades again. Got a new jack. These are nice, but they don't hold very much. I want something that can hold the trailer up easily while there's a load on it. Just in case I have to drop the trailer with a load on it. It does happen occasionally. So this is a Curt 8,000 pound jack, 7,000 pound lift. Got a new 2 5/16 coupler because this one's 26 years old and it's just worn out. Needs to be rebuilt, and instead of rebuilding it, we're going to upgrade it. So got that. Got some steel here. Got the adapter for this hitch. So first things first, we're going to cut this piece to size and get it welded in so it holds the A-frame sturdy while we go ahead and cut the hitch off and put that back together. Sometimes when you're replacing a hitch on an A-frame, if you cut the hitch off, you'll have issues because there's stress in here, especially on an older trailer, something that's not fresh built. So, oh, and I got some hooks here. Got some chains soaking in the evaporust, so we can put some new safety chains on here as well. Let me get set up. We'll get this cut, and we'll go ahead and get that welded in, and then we'll get this cut off. First thing I want to do is remove this, though. All right, let's get going. This is all good grade 8 hardware. It's not very old. I've only had this jack on here, probably a year and a half, 2 years maybe. So we'll go ahead and hold on to all this hardware and put it in the hardware bin. We're going to drop this down inside the channel. I'm just marking it. We'll just cut it a little short. Then we have to radius this top corner so it fits in here tight. But we got our angle. And as Norm says, don't forget these. Most important safety rule, safety glasses. This is going to slip right in here like this. Looks like we need to take about another 1/4 inch off, but it's not that important, so we'll just leave it as it is. I just want to mark where I need to take the rust off. Okay guys, I'm just going to take a moment here and to talk about something that you don't see a ton on YouTube, and that's weld prep. Got rusty metal, got metal with scale on it. This isn't necessarily a safety issue. Well, it is somewhat. This jack's going to hold up the tongue of the trailer. If there's a load on the trailer and this fails, we have issues. That's one of the reasons I'm putting this inside underneath here, because it will help hold this in place. So if we get a cracked weld, something happens, you bump it on the ground, whatever, this is going to keep you from losing it. So we're going to go ahead and get this all ground down where we need to and get it welded in. Glasses are fogging up. I can't see. Yep, I can live with that. Alright guys, let me get the welder set up and we'll get this welded up. Alright guys, got this all prepped up. Got it square, clamped into place and squared. And we'll get her welded in place. Alright, now for the fun part. Taking the old hitch off. So if this is something new for you, a lot of times you gotta look to see where these are welded before you can cut them free. There's a weld here, here, down each side here, all the way underneath here, and then there's a rosette weld here and here. I'm going to start with these rosette welds. Win! Alright guys, I got this lined up on the plate. Just another little welding tip for you. Do everything you can in the flat position. I've seen a lot of people weld these on trailers online, and they weld this plate onto the trailer, and then they weld this on. And then almost all their welding's in the vertical. Why not weld this to your plate and then weld this to the trailer? That way you only have one set of vertical welds. So anyhow, let's get this done. I think welding leads might come in handy. What do you think? I did go ahead and prep all this as well. Ground all the scale and rust off the plate. Hit these edges where they're curved. Nothing I can do about the holes. We're going to do rosette welds in those. But first we're just going to get it all tacked into place. That's the position I wanted in for welding. Let's just a smaller one here. Yeah, don't do that. There, we can see right into the rut here. We're going to be able to get a nice good weld right in there. I suppose my head was probably in your way the whole time right there. Let's, okay, we're going to do a second pass. And while the plate's still nice and warm, we're going to do these rosettes. I think I'm going to let this cool for a little while, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to put a third pass, cover pass, down each side. This is a life safety issue. I'd rather spend the time welding it now and never have to think about it again versus having an issue at some point, a crack forming. You don't want a trailer coming off. So let's let this cool down for a little bit. While we're doing that, we'll start prepping the tongue. Alright guys, off camera I went ahead and cleaned up all the old weld on here and kind of got an idea of where the plate's going to sit. My plate is 5 7/8 inches wide. It's 5 7/8 right there across there. I measured off the frame on one side. Got 44 3/8. Come across to the other side. And 44 3/8. Check that again. 44 3/8. 44 3/8. Just take a straight edge. Connect my dots. And to make this a little bit easier to see, we'll go ahead and do it with a marker, a paint marker. Then I'm going to square down off the frame. Redo this one, it's kind of hard to see. Alright, that gives me my cut lines. Now, lots of ways to cut this. In this case, I'm going to use the circular saw. Going to cut through as far as we can with the circular saw, and then we'll switch to cut-off wheel to finish it off. Alright guys, we're all ready. Get it tacked in here. Got my cut off a little bit here, but that'll be okay. Hot spot. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind a little groove in here about half the distance, weld up half the distance, and then I'll do the rest. Alright, before we make this going further, I'm going to go ahead and make up some gussets, and we'll get those welded in first, and then we will get the finish weld everything. Alright guys, this part of the trailer upgrade's done. I'm just going to hit it with some primer because the trailer's going to get paint in a future episode. But for now, hitch is done. You know what? It might be overkill, but there's no kill like overkill. Thanks for watching. If you haven't yet, subscribe. Don't forget the bell notification. And as always, comments, criticisms, suggestions, always welcome down in the comments.